Finally, after going uphill for several minutes, like 20 minutes, looks like here's the Kongsvinger Fortress. I don't know if it's open, but if it's not, at least no, I see it's open. The gate is open. Prohibited to go in on a motor vehicle. Doesn't apply to delivery trucks and stuff. Okay. I think I saw some drops. Yeah, so this fortress sits on top of a mountain. Arsenale. Is that like the arsenal of the fortress? 1737, 18th century. Well, if I understand correctly, that's the year. I'm not sure about the fortress. Maybe the year this building was built, or I don't know. Maybe it's the main building. I'm not using a swivel handle for my smartphone, but it looks like it doesn't shake. Looks like there is an embedded stabilizer in this phone, which is good, because even though I took that handle with me, handlebar, even though I took it with me, since it's not shaking, then I don't need to use it, because it takes some time to set it up, pull it out of my bag, unpack it, and so on. Yes, so this is the Glomma River. I think it's the longest river in Norway. Well, if not the longest, at least it's one of the longest. Yeah. Nice, huh? Well, I don't know if this fortress was built back in the 18th century, to me it would seem like it was built much earlier than that. Like, I don't know. Of course, I can read about this fortress and find out, but my impression is that it's something like a middle, like from the Middle Ages. I don't know, interesting design. But I don't know who lived in this. Well, probably it wasn't a regular residence of some noble, someone noble, but maybe it was maybe it was where some of the military were stationed, you know. I don't know. But now that I've seen, now that I've been here, maybe I think I'm more interested to read the information about this fortress, like when it was built, if it had participated in any wars, or any if it's ever been attacked. Yeah, but speaking of this place, if I imagined it as being a residence, then definitely it's a very nice place to live, because you have a very nice view, you have a very nice location, very nice architecture, and it looks like it's very hardened. It looks like a very reliable structure, for sure. Well, it's a fortress after all, strategically placed. I'm wondering if that is a lake, or is it part of the river, that which the farthest from this point. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know, seems like a lake, but probably, of course, it's probably it flows into or from the river. So yeah, one of my items one of the possible items of my plan for today's visit of Kongsvinger, was to walk along the shore of this river, but I don't feel like it Uh, the weather seems nice, but in the picture, and the picture is very nice indeed here. I'll take a still picture of this. But yeah, it's a bit chill here. It's a bit chilly. Both chill and chilly. Yeah. Interesting. What would be the distance by which this cannon would be able to shoot? And from where would anyone have attempted to besiege this fortress? Wow. So, wow, yeah. There we go. Wow. Yeah, not easy to besiege it, for sure. Very strong line of defense. So if someone was trying to, I don't know, I imagine a ship that would arrive somewhere by the river, somewhere nearby, and then the ship would try to shoot at the fortress. And then, of course, these cannons would then shoot in response. No. Yeah, I think that these cannons are for the farthest. They are for. I think if they, so their purpose was to shoot at the farthest, at the farther points, like once at the river, somewhere at that distance, not much closer. But it's just my. That's what I think it was, or yeah, that's what I would think how it works or how it worked. But I don't know. But that's my presupposition. That's my guess. Yeah, nice place. I don't know about the history of Kongsvinger. So, along the lines of this fortress, along the lines of the history of this fortress, it would be interesting to learn some history about Kongsvinger. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is my first time visiting an actual fortress. Now, you know, I might start being interested in visiting more fortresses in somewhere in Europe or elsewhere. Not sure if there are any fortresses in North America. Not that I've seen any. But definitely in Europe there are fortresses here. I don't know if there are any fortresses in South America or in Asia. Well, I guess in Asia, yes. But, and I think there are fortresses in South America. But of course they're of a very different architecture and design, I'm pretty sure. I mean, of course, apparently. I don't know if anybody lives here these days or if these are just business venues, some upkeep, restaurants. But yeah, of course, a fortress, I mean, speaking of different architectural concepts, of course, a fortress in Northern Europe must have its own distinct features and its own kind of concept, its own kind of spirit. But, you know, I would think that there are many interesting fortresses in Denmark, in Sweden, probably. Yeah. Somebody's charging an electric vehicle. Okay, so here's a nice wooden table, and I'm thinking maybe I can sit down and eat that burger that I bought here. So, and then maybe I'll continue.